What's going on, everybody? Eric Hampford here with Made Hoops, joined again by Kim Michelson, CEO, co-founder of Honest Game. We're actually joined by a special guest today, New York Rens program director, Andy Borman. Andy, how you doing?
Doing good. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. So we want to talk a little bit more about Honest Game and the partnership we have going on. The New York Rens, you guys are all in with Honest Game, and I think it's important having a program of your stature and the way you guys do things to talk a little bit about why you decided to go all in with Honest Game.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it was really easy. We have some very, very talented young men and young women that take the game seriously and have big dreams and big goals. And it's our job to make sure that they have every single opportunity and resource they need to achieve those goals. And so, learning more about Honest Game and really the expertise that they provide was very, very simple for us. And we're going to provide it for every single player from 8th grade all the way through our EYBL program. So we want to make sure that, the best of the best get the best. So that was our rationale.
Absolutely. Now, with everything changing, in COVID-19, the pandemic world that we're currently living in, Honest Game is doing a great job of adjusting with that ever-changing landscape. You guys are obviously very organized. You need to be organized and detailed to begin with to do something like this. Kim, talk a little bit about that process with you guys, or how you guys think that you're very strong in that department in order to make those things happen.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So I think, COVID-19 has affected everybody, just in a whole variety of ways. One way related to the grassroots basketball space, or just students in general, anybody really working with student athletes, is that many, many schools are going distance learning, many high schools. And so as COVID has really shined a bright light on the inequities, the fact is, some kids don't have high-speed internet, and some, from a virtual perspective, maybe it's a learning disability thing, or maybe it's just difficult for connectivity, don't learn the same way. And others just feel like it's not real school. So I think, kind of as Andy mentioned, it's going to be even more important now to really offer, look at that holistic athlete and offer all of the resources, and really, from a club perspective, keep track and stay on these students' academics.
Now, Andy, you've been around the game for a long time. I'm sure you've come across several situations, probably on a year-to-year basis, where there are student athletes who fall by the wayside. They don't have their academics in order, or they're playing catch-up. Has that played a huge part in why you really want to get ahead of this with Honest Game?
Absolutely. I mean, the key phrase is catch-up. And there's a bunch of reasons for it. And I think some of it is lack of awareness, which Honest Game immediately solves. I think some of it is misinformation, which Honest Game immediately solves. I think some of it is realigning your priorities, which Honest Game easily solves. And then the thing I love is, being able to sit down with a tangible report where you can sit down. It's a third-party report that is 100% private, that you can sit down with these parents and these kids and say, this is the unvarnished truth. This is the unvarnished truth about your academic resume right now. It will relay a sense of urgency, but more importantly, being able to implement it with your sophomores, freshmen, and 8th graders. I think that in a lot of ways, it can become the vaccine for, academic issues. I think we can solve it before it becomes a problem. And so that's why for us, we signed up, really program wide, as opposed to it just being kind of like a finishing touch, and so that is for us why this is extremely, extremely important.
From a Made Hoops perspective, obviously, one of our initiatives and goals has been to really organize, professionalize the middle school market. right? And obviously the New York Wrens, you guys have been a huge part in being advocates for us, supporting us. And we believe that the Honest Game partnership is taking that to another level from the academic side. Like, obviously we do what we do on the basketball side, but there's so much more to it. So Honest Game just makes so much more sense as add-on value with the academics, which should be prioritized first and foremost. So Kim, the question I have for you is, how important is that early detection, you know, like Andy kind of alluded to with that 8th grade, 7th grade? How important is that with what you guys are doing?
Well, I can't say it enough. When Andy was talking, Andy said catch up. One of the big things that Honest Game is seeking to solve is being proactive and not reactive. So for catch up, as Andy said, you're already behind. So, but you don't have to be in catch up. We can start early and build awareness. And the thing about Honest Game is that it doesn't just tell you where you are. It's as much about student learning outcomes and driving change as it is about eligibility. So if we start early enough, then we actually give step-by-step goals. You know, if you get A's in these classes, if you get B's in these classes, this is where your core NCAA GPA will be. So not everybody will follow it, but those that do it, it really is a yellow brick road.
Now, for our audience, we have a plug to Honest Game on our website, www.madehoops.com/honestgame. Kim, where can they reach you guys on your website?
We would love it. www.honestgame.com. You can shoot us an email at info@honestgame.com. And we would love to hear from you and love to support your work as a club team.
Absolutely. Kim, thanks for coming on. Andy, thank you for sharing some of your time during these crazy times as well.
Hey, thanks for having us. And Andy, thanks for all you do to really support your students at the Wrens.
Happy to do it.